Hey, hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too with strategy and intention. So, yes, we are going to continue the move forward faster conversation, talking about all things when it comes to productivity in all ways as far as your business is concerned, especially times like this when you need to kind of refocus and get back on track. So, yesterday we left off with Power Through Thursday. Today is Finish Line Friday. And I'm going to talk to you about some things that you can do to get to the finish line. Because for real, y'all, everybody needs to stay on their journey, they need to stay on their path. But you know what? For most people, that's easier said than done. 9 times out of 10, folks are falling off, they dropping off, they holding themselves back when they need to be pushing forward. So I want to talk to you about Finish Line Friday and what it means to get to the finish line. But of course, before we get there, let me start here and say welcome back to my OGs. Welcome for the first time to my newbies. Make sure that you tag your business besties and or share this out because sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. Hey, Shanita. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Awesome to have you here. And of course, if you're catching me on the replay side, feel free to drop into the comment box. Hashtag replays rock. So, all right, y'all. I have been telling you about the Move Forward Faster experience. It's a bundle full of goodness to help you quickly create content, to help you maintain your momentum, and all that good stuff. So what I'm actually going to do is for the next few days, take you inside of the Move Forward Faster experience and share some strategies with you. Today, it's all about productivity hacks. Okay. So I am going to just pop on the screen here as easy peasy lemon squeezy as I can. There we go. That's too small. Okay, so I have several trainings included with Move Forward Faster. One of them is the Goal Diggers Get More Done Daily. It's got 11 productivity hacks. Let's talk about productivity hack number 3, okay? So you essentially are going to dig into this with me. And of course, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up, the hearts, and the love. Feel free to keep tapping on that. That actually does help me help you and some other amazing people like you too. So feel free to continue to tap on that. So 11 productivity hacks to get more done daily. This is one of several trainings that you get inside the Move Forward Faster bundle. Let's dig into productivity hack number 3, right? Which is all about getting started. I always love to say that the best way to get things done is to simply begin, right? For most people, they've got so many things that they want to do that they have in mind to do, but they haven't done it yet, right? Finish Line Friday, I want you to think about a few things that you can finish today or at least in the next few days. But let me give you a few tips and hints as far as daily productivity and motivation. Okay. So a lot of times people come to me and they say, oh my gosh, okay, I get that I'm supposed to start, but I don't know where to start. Like literally raise your hand if that's you. Like, I don't know where to start. Okay. So I'm going to share A through D recommendations. Okay. So the first one is the daily breakdown, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I want you to turn big, overwhelming projects into small, manageable tasks that you can complete, right? So it could be, you know what, I've got this huge book project that I want to do. Then, as opposed to thinking about it as this elephantastic thing, maybe just focused on how am I going to publish it today? Or maybe let me just write a couple of pages today. Let me focus on writing 3 to 5 pages or 10 to 20 pages a day. Make that bigger project something that is more of a manageable task, okay? Bigger to smaller, number 1. Number 2 is to think about daily goal trackers. Okay, so your daily goal trackers, I always say SCF. What can you start? What can you continue? what can you finish, right? And just kind of keep tracking it from there. So I had one of my clients, I was working on making some updates for her website. And it was actually a 3 hour that turned into a 6 hour project in the updates. But it was something that I was able to accomplish over the course of 2 days. And then today, actually just doing a few really short revisions for her based on her response. She loves what she saw. And, you know, these projects can be huge things, but they're easier when you can break it down. So I started on day one, I continued on day two, finished up today, just kind of giving her some time to give me feedback, right? Breaking up this activity into parts, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to think about any elephantastic tasks that you have that you're like, oh my God, this is way too big for me to manage on my own, okay? Number one. And then number two, what I want you to do is I want you to convert I always say this, you know, think about the how and convert the word how to who. You know, there may be cases where you go, who can I go to help me complete some of these things if it's difficult for you to get to that finish line, okay? Food for thought. So let's continue to dig into this list, and we're going to knock it out. Like I mentioned before, I'm basically just going through productivity hack number 3. There are 11 in this particular training on how to get more done daily. Then there are 11 hacks on how to quickly create content. There's another 11 hacks on how to crush your goals on an annual basis so that you're actually moving forward and you're seeing things happen the way you would like them to. So there's so much that I want to share with you as part of the Move Forward Faster experience. So this is my personal favorite here, which is C, which is a daily knockout list. Tackle small tasks first within 30 to 60-minute time intervals. So here's the deal. I was working on this all day and I got so much done because it was finish line Friday. So I was like, I got to get to the finish line here. Now, a couple of things. I had one particular call that I needed to make, right? And I got on the call and they said, wait time is 30 to 60 minutes. And I'm like, right? You know when you have to make those calls, but they take forever. No problem. Put myself on mute. I was working on updates. I was emailing clients and I was still getting things done. And then I think it took them about 40 minutes to actually get some customer service rep on the phone. And then I was able to talk to them, but I was not skipping a beat, right? I took care of actually 2 of those calls. And you know it, as an adult, sometimes we've got little, you know, just managerial things that we have to do. We need to call different companies for either personal or professional reasons, and then we put it off. I was like, nah, knocking those out. So took me about 90 minutes to knock out those 2 calls, because one of them in particular took 40 minutes just me waiting on the phone. But I wasn't just waiting, listening to music. I was working. I was sending out emails to clients. One client in particular, I had a task that I needed to do for her. She needed her podcast covers done. So I worked on that in Canva, sent her the template, updated her covers, boom, bam, boom, I was on to the next thing. So when it comes to a knockout list, normally I don't necessarily do things that I have to start from scratch and it takes me like, you know, some things it takes you about 30 or 60 minutes just to get into it, because you got to, where's this, where's that? And, you know, it's your knockout list should be things that, you know, you can just jump right in and make it happen. So I knew already what her templates needed to look like for her podcast. So that didn't take me forever to do. It took me about an hour to get the templates done, then send it to her. Then she sent me an email. We were kind of going back and forth, but that was done. And then for another client, the one that I mentioned that had the 6 hours of updates for her website, that particular project, once it was done, I sent her an email. We were doing a little bit of back and forth email correspondence. I would say within the 3-hour period of me working on multiple projects, she and I were going back and emailing so I could update something for her domain name. So now her domain can connect to her WordPress website. So I was basically knocking out little things that would take me 30 minutes to an hour. And in between that, communicating with customers and clients at the same time. But when it comes to a knockout list, I always say don't necessarily go for the thing that you have to start from scratch. Those things that may take a little bit more time for you to do, Put that to the side and focus on things that you can do in under 30 minutes and or under an hour. Okay, because you got to get to the finish line. And I can tell you, I feel super pumped. I feel super pumped because a couple of these things that were on my list, I've been like, man, I really need to ... And funny enough, one of my clients reached out to me. She's like, oh my gosh, LaShonda, I love the new website. When can we talk about the last pieces of it so it can go live? And I was like, you just read my mind, because she's on my list to check in with today. I was like, you just read my mind. So we're going to, hopefully check in on Monday. But that's what it's about for me. Okay. So that's C on our list. I'm going to share one more with you and then we'll wrap up for today. Okay. The last thing on this page anyway, because again, there are 11 different productivity hacks, and what you'll get is this printable PDF for each training, and each training has its own PDF, by the way. But then I also have a webinar where I'm going through all of these and breaking them down. So literally I'm breaking down one of the Get More Done productivity hacks. There are 11 of those. And then there are 11 ways to finish quickly creating quality products. There's 11 strategies for that. And then 11 strategies to crush your overall goals and get more accomplished. That's just a part of the Move Forward Faster bundle. This book that I have here on the 3-hour workday routine, that's in there as well. There are a few things in there, to be honest with you, but I digress. Let me get to the last one on this list here, which is D, daily do's due today. Okay, so there's something called the Eisenhower Matrix. Eisenhower Matrix. I'm going to say that again. There's something called the Eisenhower Matrix. Have you ever heard of it? Yes or no? I've done a lot of different productivity programs and trainings over the years. And so I oftentimes will educate my mentees on that, especially those who go, I just have difficulty deciding what I should do now and how I should make that work. So I'm always saying, if you're stuck on where to start, take a look at the Eisenhower Matrix. You can literally Google it. It's a square with 4 quadrants, right? And the 4 quadrants are as follows. Thinking about the things that you say you need to do, right? What do you need to do today? What do you need to decide to schedule? What can you delegate? Or last but not least, delete. Sometimes, honestly, there are things that are on our heart and are, I want to do that, but it's not important and it's not a priority. So you could delete it, just to be honest, right? And there are other things that you know what? I actually should get this done because it's top priority. It's a deadline. It's on my schedule. So what you do, right, versus what you can schedule. What you do because it's high priority and you got to get it done now, right? Super important. What you can schedule because it's important, but you don't have to get it done now, right? So what you can do, what you can schedule, what you can delegate. Maybe somebody else can do it for you. Remember, I said replace the how with who. And then honestly, what you can just delete off of your list because it's not really going to help you right now. Okay? So take a look at the Eisenhower Matrix. It is absolutely fabulous when it comes to productivity hacks. And when you're in Google, you know how you get your traditional Google search? There are other tabs. Like there's the product tab, there's shopping tab, there's videos. Click on the images tab and you'll see infographic images of the Eisenhower Matrix 4-quadrant system, which gives you a really great example, a visual of how you can use it to help you figure out what to start and what to do next. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series thus far. If you haven't already gotten your Move Forward Faster bundle, make sure you get it before it goes up and then goes away over at sizzlesense.com/MFFB, which stands for Move Forward Faster Bundle. I've also included in there one of my favorite summits from this year, the Maintain Your Momentum Experience. I had some amazing speakers really thinking about the things that you need to do now to maintain your momentum, work in your business, optimize, improve on multiple levels. It was a great experience, and I've added that whole virtual summit replays as a bonus because I want you to be able to get unstuck, maintain your momentum, and ultimately, as this big old bundle is titled, Move Forward Faster, Boss. That's what it's all about. So make sure that you go over to sizzlesense.com/MFFB for Move Forward Faster, Boss, so you can see what it's all about. And of course, if you ever need me, you can directly check in with me over at sizzlesense@gmail.com. gmail.com. Alrighty, y'all, that's it for today. I'm going to continue to take you inside of Move Forward Faster Boss for the next 2 days as we wrap up this full week of productivity hacks. And then we're on to a new thing, new week, new thing. So don't forget to turn on alerts and notifications so you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me. Till next time, take care.